This video will have a look at using simultaneous equations to be able to solve a word problem. So to use simultaneous equations to be able to solve a word problem, the first step is to define the variables if required. So sometimes a question will do that for you, other times you will need to define what those variables are going to be. You can use x and y, or you can use any other combination of variables you choose. Sometimes I find it easier to use x and y because that is what I'm used to using. Step 2 is to write two equations for the information in the question. Again, sometimes this will be given to you, other times you will need to develop those equations by yourself. And then step 3, after you have those two equations, go through and solve the equation simultaneously to be able to answer what the word question is asking you to answer. So let's have a look at an example of how we can use simultaneous equations to be able to solve a word problem. So in the example, the sum of the ages of two children is 24, and the difference between their ages is 8. So if Nikki is the older sister of Travis, determine their ages by setting up and solving a pair of simultaneous equations. So the first thing we're going to do is to define the two variables, and we've got Nikki's age and Travis's age. So x can be Nikki's age and y can be Travis's age. So now that we've defined our two variables, we need to come up with two equations based on the information in the question. So having a look at the question, we know that the sum of the ages is equal to 24. And we also know that the difference of the ages is 8. So we can use this information to come up with the two equations. So the sum of the two ages, so x plus y, is equal to 24. And then the difference of the ages, and we know that Nikki is older, so she will come first. So x minus y is going to equal to 8. So now we've got two equations, we can go ahead and we can solve to determine their ages. Now, of the methods available to us to be able to solve those simultaneous equations, the best method to use would be the elimination method. Because using the elimination method, because we've got a plus y and a minus y, when we add those equations together, it is going to cancel out the y's. So looking at the left-hand side, it's going to be x plus y, and then we're going to add on the left-hand side from the second equation. So x minus y is going to equal to 24 plus 8. So removing the brackets, we're going to have x plus y plus x minus y is going to equal to 32. So having a look at simplifying by collecting like terms, and we can see the plus y and the minus y are going to cancel each other out. That's why it's the elimination method, and that will leave me with 2x is equal to 32. To work out what my value of x is going to be, I need to divide both sides by 2. So x is going to equal to 32 divided by 2. So x is equal to 16. So we know that Nikki's age is equal to 16. We can then work out what Travis's age is by substituting in that x is equal to 16 into one of our original equations. So I'm going to choose to substitute it into the first one. So x plus y is equal to 24. So substituting 16 in for x, so 16 plus y is equal to 24. To be able to solve for y, I need to subtract 16 from both sides. So y is going to equal to 24 minus 16. So y is equal to 8. So now that we've worked out what the two ages are, we can go ahead and answer the question. So Nikki is equal to 16 years old, and Travis is equal to 8 years old. So that is an example of how we can use simultaneous equations to be able to solve a word problem.